Hi, I'm Carnicelli from NorthFloridaLacrosse.com, and I'm here with one of the legends of North Florida lacrosse, Scott Cleary. Scooch, thanks for joining me.
You got it, my friend.
And if you don't know Scott Scooch Cleary, then you don't know lacrosse in North Florida, but I'm here to introduce you to him. Longtime friend, Scooch. We're at Ponte Vedra High School for a game between Bartram Trail and Ponte Vedra. You've been here since what year?
I've been in Jacksonville since 1984, playing for the men's team.
The Armadillos.
The Armadillos, uninterrupted pretty much. And it was years before we finally got the kids playing up here in North Florida.
So, back when you got to North Florida and found the men's team, found the Armadillos, where were you guys practicing and playing?
Oh my goodness. For many years we played at McDuff.
Mallison Park.
Mallison Park, that's right. Literally were hypodermic needles and gunshots going off routinely. We had to drag our nets there every time we played there. They didn't have halogen lights. I think they had just regular light bulbs. But 40 guys who loved the game, who were extremely passionate, many of which were Navy guys, would show up every Wednesday night, I think it was, when we practiced. And we just had a blast. But I really never thought we'd see high school lacrosse up here.
So, as a player, I joined the squad and met you in 1990, in the fall of 1990, and we still only had a couple goals playing at Mallison Park. Then slowly but surely, Episcopal, Bowles, you at Nice, started the high school programs, and then somewhere around 2004, Ponte Vedra Predators and Creekside and the youth movement came through. So now here we are in 2013. We've got a Division I men's team, Division I women's team. We've got kids all over the city playing, and it's just exploded.
It's
looking back,
unbelievable.
you have imagined it?
Well, I'm going to tell you a funny story. I used to represent Bowles. I'm an attorney, and I would handle any type of lawsuits that would come their way. And I remember the old headmaster. I asked him about, hey, when the heck are you guys going to start lacrosse? Because lacrosse for at least in New England when I was growing up, was really just a private school game. And he told me, oh, we have track, and we have baseball, and we have, I forget the other spring sports that he mentioned. He goes, we don't need that. And I said, listen, you need it. I mean, there's plenty of kids that don't like any of those games. And I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of tough kids that would love to play a contact sport like lacrosse. And sure enough, Bowles was the first team in town for many years. I'd say they're about 8 years ahead of Nice when I started in 2001. You know, they were the only team around for a long, long time. And again, I'd hear why are you going to try to start Nice High School? That's a Yankee game. No one down here is going to like it. And I said, you're wrong. I'm telling you right now, if these kids get a taste of the game, they'll be hooked. And we had a lot of success those first couple of years at Nice, and I will tell you this much. Brad Sterling, a good friend of ours, was pivotal in helping start Nice because he not only gave us helmets, he would have his guys
come over. Was he at Bowles at the time?
He was at Bowles running Bowles' team. He gave us any kind of equipment that they had outgrown, and really and truly, he'd send a lot of his guys over to kind of help us coach. I mean, they were high school players, but they'd have 4 years of experience. And Nice took off, and shortly thereafter we started the youth program. And now, the neat thing now is we have kids that, like your sons, that started as third and fourth graders who are now in high school. And you know, they're some of the top players. It's really neat to see these little kids become men and get scholarships.
You know, the other thing that I look around and I reflect a little bit about the people who were involved back at the growth and the start of the high school programs, and people like Kevin Finn, who was at Stanton, among other places, Chris Bergen, yourself, Randy Evans, Brad. These people are all still involved, and we're talking over a period of 30 plus years for some of these guys.
They're still involved, and they still have the right attitude about the game. I mean, these are people that raise money like crazy to help kids that don't have the means to play the game, to play. Because for me, really and truly, the role of us coaches is to pass on the love of the game.
Develop the passion, and they'll want to practice.
Absolutely.
They'll want to get out there on their own. If it becomes a job for these kids, especially the beginners in middle school, they'll all fall out.
Absolutely.
Between 9th and 10th grade.
Absolutely. Listen, I'm probably the fun coach in the sense that when I used to coach, I had the gear on. My attitude was if I was going to be missing work and missing out on billable hours, I was going to have some fun. And so I'd be dressed up all the time and talking smack the whole time to my kids about how does it feel to get used by an old man. And I really enjoyed it. And really and truly, I was felt like one of the members of the team when I coached.
It's always been fun for me to jump in the goal and play against the kids.
Absolutely.
And I still have kids in college who will come up to me and tell me about the time they scored on me in 6th or 7th grade. So it is fun to be involved.
It really is, and I really think that when you have that mentality, you have that playful enthusiasm, the kids are so much more comfortable with you, and if they need to consult you on more serious matters and how to play the game of lacrosse, they're going to approach you, and they're going to go ahead and trust you because of the bonds that you built on the field. And I don't just mean screaming at them. I mean pumping them up for playing hard and playing unselfishly.
Before I let you go, I want to talk about the Armadillos quickly. They're in the playoffs. You started on the Armadillo team in what year?
1984.
1984, still on the team, going on 30 years on the squad. I joined in 90. 1994, we won the championship. This year, in the playoffs, what are the chances that the Armadillos can win a championship that's eluded them since 1994?
They have a tremendous chance, and again, I think the thing that makes you and I so proud is they are so well represented by homegrown talent.
There's a lot of homegrown talent. There's a lot of coaches from the youth and high school level. Homegrown talent, you talk about Bobby Stockton, Craig Carson, both from Nice.
Absolutely. Ty King and Craig Trappist from Bowles. And these guys aren't just the best players. They're the most passionate. They will play anytime, anywhere, indoor or outdoor. They just, for me, I love the talented player, but if he's not passionate, I really don't care for him.
And some of the other stars on the team coming out of college, James Toohey in the goal, played at Hofstra and Limestone.
Yeah.
Got Matt Carey from Misericordia, who played on the Scottish national team. Nick Williams, who spent some time at Ohio State. This is a talented group of guys, and playoffs are coming up weekend after next, on the weekend of the 9th.
Yeah, they were very close to being undefeated this year. You played tremendously against probably the #1 seed. I don't know if they are.
Dade.
Yeah, Dade, who has a bunch of MLL guys on the team, and really probably should have won that game, lost by 1 goal. But this is as good a chance they have in years.
I don't remember a team since we won it in '94 with I think we went down with 14 guys. If we have the right lineup and guys can travel and the wives let them go play and the work doesn't interfere, if the right group of guys, 15 to 20 guys show up, Jacksonville Armadillo can win the 2nd championship since you and I have been involved in the program.
That's right.
4th overall.
And the other thing I'd say about the Armadillos is we have cultivated something that a lot of these other teams don't have. The camaraderie, in my most humble opinion, is second to none. When we have scrimmages, we have 40 guys there just having tremendous fun. When it's over, we go and break bread at Bogey's. Everybody is a fan of one another. And these other teams just don't have that kind of camaraderie. A lot of these teams are elitists, and if you're not a Division I guy, you need not apply. We continue to have guys come out on our field that are novices, great athletes, but they really want to play lacrosse. And you know what? They're welcome. And to me, that's what has always set us apart. That's what our forefathers taught me when I was a young lacrosse player. That it was more about the friendships that you'll develop than what happens on the field, and I thought they were kind of crazy when they would say that to me, but as I got older and older, it really is true, and we've seen that, you know, with the tragic losses of two teammates, one an old Navy goat, and another one who was...
that was Tim Supko.
Tim Supko, and the other one was an original freshman. I used to call them my pioneers, Jamie Chapin, who passed 2 years ago, and he was a star at both FSU and University of Florida. But the outpouring of love and camaraderie that occurred when we were trying to have benefits for those guys really, I think, tells you a lot of things about the game of lacrosse.
We're going to go ahead and wrap it up, but it was down at the crossover when we did our cheer to go out at the end of a quarter. One of the new guys said, let's Supko and Chapin on 3, and it kind of set me back a little bit because I don't think he had met either one of them, but he understood the tradition and the passion and the camaraderie of these teams. Scooch, you need to wrap it up.
You got it, buddy.
Appreciate your time, and we'll be talking to you again soon.
All right, thanks buddy.